Hi, this is Valerie with Gimme Lip and More. So I'm going to do a get ready with me. I'm going to work and I'm so excited. Work has been busy because it's a brand new unit, so there's a lot of things to work out, but it's been a good busy and we've gotten the best feedback. Physicians and nurses work really close together, and physicians are requesting their patients be put on our floor, which means we as nurses are making everybody, doing the right thing, make sure not just doing a good job with medical things, but also making sure that the experiences that the patients have are good, despite them being in pain and having things going on. So I think that says a lot for our unit. I'm really proud to be working there. I've been getting to be a preceptor, which is awesome because it allows me to teach, and I love teaching. It's one of the reasons I went into nursing. I guess while I talk, I could actually start getting ready, right? So I can prime my eyes with this MAC paint pot in the color Bear Study. I'm just so excited, y'all, because I'm in Texas. Let me get my hickish accent on for you. Anyway, so let's get these eyes primed. Yes. And I am going to use an Ace Beauté palette because I haven't used the Flare palette in a while, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And then my shift is from 6:45 p.m. until 7:15 a.m. or longer, depending on what's going on, right? But tonight, I get to start learning the role of becoming a charge nurse. Okay, I've done it for other facilities, but I haven't done it here. So I'm really excited. So I have to be there tonight for 6:15, 30 minutes early. But that's okay. I'm living for it. I'm absolutely living for it because it's going to open up more doors and opportunities, and it's nice when you work hard and you see your efforts paying off. So I'm very, very excited about this. And now my eyes are primed and ready to go. If you're not familiar with the Flare palette, the outside is orange, which is my favorite color. But the inside, look at this baby doll. Dun, dun, dun. I love it. Oh my gosh. And I don't know what look. I didn't have a preconceived notion of what I'm doing. I am sweating and I have a fan, but the fan is so loud. It's so loud that I'm not going to put the fan on because it's so loud. But anyway, I do have a fan, a very, very loud fan. So let's see. I love this palette though. It's like, what color do you not love in here? There's not a color that I don't love in here. I love all the colors. I think, I'm like, do I want to start with cider? Do I want to start with sherbet? Do I want to start with, okay, you know what I'm going to start with? This mulberry color. This one right here, because I don't think I've ever used it. And it's pretty. So, ooh, look at that. So how is everyone doing? I get to start learning the role of charge nurse, and I'm very excited about that. Because again, this opportunities, more opportunities, and who doesn't? If you love what you do and you're in your career and you want to stay in that career and do things. So, and I mean, even in my travel assignments, I have been a charge nurse. I've charged different facilities, different times. Oh my goodness. So my last shift I worked was, I've had a couple of days off. So what's today? Friday? I had Thursday and Wednesday off. So I worked Tuesday night, got off work Wednesday morning, and I needed to go to HEB. So I did. And then there's this young guy, sort of kind of, oh, it's hot. I think if I wore foundation right now, I'd be so sad because I'd be melting. Anyway, so there's this young guy, and he's like sort of kind of following me around the store. I didn't think too much of it. And then he finally, bravely says, "Are you married?" Which makes me laugh because I'm so not married. I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Are you looking for a relationship?" And I'm like, "Maybe before I die." I'm real non-committal on that. And then he says, "Are you into younger men?" And why, yes, I am. I am. Seriously, the men my age usually don't want to go out and do anything fun, so they're not of much use to me. And then, we exchanged numbers, but he was so, oh my gosh, so cute. And I was like, he's like, "How old are you?" And I'm dying. I'm laughing, right? I'm like, 49. And I was like, "How old are you?" And he's like, 20. 20. Dear Jesus. 20. He is not even old enough to drink in the state of Texas. So I don't even know what to think about that, by the way. But he sure is cute. He wants to make me breakfast after work sometime. And he goes to culinary school, so I think I'll take him up on that. But 20, oh my gosh. Very flattered, though. I mean, he totally made my day because I don't normally get asked out at the grocery store ever. And yeah, so totally made my day. But so unexpected. My daughters are laughing because my youngest is 19 and my oldest is 24, and then Elizabeth is 22, and Elizabeth is dying. She's like, "Mom, what are you going to do with him?" And I was like, "I don't know. We're going to, he wants to cook breakfast sometime. He's going to culinary school. I mean, sounds delicious to me." And she's like, "Well, I'll tell you what you're not going to be doing. You're not going to be drinking." And I'm just thinking, you sure right, girl. You sure right. But I'm not a big drinker. Though lately, I have drank more alcohol than the norm. I was at HEB to get stuff ready to make ribs and sangria that day because Yeti and Paul is his dog, by the way. Yeti and Paul were coming over for dinner. So, speaking of that young man, Yeti, he has quickly become my best local friend. I mean, I have really good friends, but nobody's local. Like, nobody lives he lives like 30 minutes away, which here in Texas is pretty local. But all of my other friends live, much further away. And my best male friend that I had, well, he's still one of my best male friends, but he lives in Oklahoma now, so I never, ever get to see him. And our lives have been so crazy that we really haven't had the opportunity to visit since he's moved. And oh my gosh, I miss him so much. And it's so funny because the Yetieater definitely reminds me of him, and it makes me miss my friend more because my friend, well, he's just an awesome young man. Of course, we're getting old now, so he's an awesome older guy now. Awesome mature man. But, he's been my friend for a long time, and I definitely miss him. And I hope him and his wife and his Babies are doing good. So far that's where we are. I don't know what other shades I want to use in this. Do I want to deepen it up with something else? Do I just want to run? There's this beautiful orange shimmer and I'm just tempted to just put it all over my lid. And then there's this red shimmer and, you know, I like shimmers, by the way. I do. And let's see about this red shimmer. I'm thinking about putting it on the, well, obviously at this point in time, we're not thinking about it anymore. We are putting it on the end here. And I have my air turned down to freezing. Okay, not freezing, but definitely colder. And I'm still sweating. Yuck. Ooh. The name of that shade is Mirage. Look how pretty. Oh. I know some people, Ace Beauté's formula seems to be, people either love it or hate it sort of things. I don't really hear a lot of middle ground, but I love it. It's like one of my favorites. I don't have any issues with it. And I don't normally do a shiny shade on the outer beak, but we are today. Then we're going to run this under our lash line too, because it's gorgeous and that's what we want. Ooh. So, I know I'm all over the place. This is a crazy get ready with me, I guess. So I had the gastric sleeve done about 2.5 years ago, May of 2017. And I've lost 150 pounds and it's been great for my health. But I'm going to tell y'all, I still weigh 35 pounds. So I really do want to lose some more weight because I feel really good, but I'd like to feel better because I still know that I still have a significant amount of weight. And I'm telling y'all because I need some accountability partners, and I've talked to Yetieater about this, and he's going to help me, and I'm so excited because, you know, the hardest thing sometimes is having a plan of action and getting started. And then, you know, you can develop good routines, but sometimes just having a support system in place is so important to making things happen. Because you can want all day long, but until you actually just start doing it, you know, it's not going to materialize. And I need to do something. I definitely look better, but I never did it for looks. I did it because I was, my blood pressure was borderline. I was diagnosed with prediabetes. I know I had sleep apnea issues. So I did it because I had health problems that I wanted to resolve. Okay, now I'm going to take this color Firefly and put it on the rest of my lid because it's orange. And I don't know if I'm going to wet this brush or just go in with my finger. Obviously I'm going in with my finger, but that color is so pretty. You'll already know me at my orange. Now there is a lot of fallout, so I'm gonna have to clean that up, but this shade is just, it's just delicious. If you can have delicious shades, that's what this is. And cleaning out the fallout. Having a little bit trouble cleaning out fallout because my face is wet from sweat, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. You ever look at your teeth and you look like a weirdo? So this is where we are so far. I like this purple orangey. Y'all already know. Now I want a really light inner corner, and there's two shades. There's this biscotti, which I think would be pretty, but then there's also this bayberry, this icy blue color. And why do I want the icy blue? I don't know, but I do. I want the icy blue. So guess what, y'all? I'm getting some icy blue in there. Ooh, look at that. Icy blue. That is really pretty. Oh. And next week, I'm going to get to see one of my female best friends, and we are going to discuss getting matching tattoos. I'm so excited about that because, well, I like tattoos anyway. We're going to discuss that. And I turn 50 in February, and I really want to go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras for my 50th birthday. So we are also going to start discussing plans for that. So I'm very excited about all of these things. Look how pretty. Ooh wee. I am in love. I'm not in love with the sweat though. I'm not in love with the Houston heat sweat. Not in love with that. Ugh, yuck. But I like this eye look. I am going to take, because I'm just having so much fun, and I want all the colors on my eyes, obviously. I'm going to take a little bitty brush in this color green sherbet. It's this bright color, and I am going to put it right here because I just want to add more. And it's, oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, and I'm just very lightly blending it, but it's so, and I'll go back. First, I like to lay down a little layer of the shape, and then take the brush that I put that other color with no additional product, and just sort of kind of blend the two shades together. So that would be this brush. Oh, it's just another little dimension there that it's very subtle, but so pretty. All right. I am going to put, I'm looking for a liner to go in my waterline. What do you think I should use today? Where, I have an orange one is what I want, but where is my orange one? Well, this is a muted color. It doesn't really pop, but it doesn't look bad. It just, the sweating is killing me. All right, I'm going to be right back and do something with because I'm really sweating, so goodness gracious. All right, I'm back to finish up this look. So I am going to run this stuff. This is my L'Oreal Voluminous, I can't say that, base. Basically, it's primer for eyelashes, but I use it. Jay Kissa is the one who showed me this trick. You use it in your eyebrows, and you can get your eyebrows to really stand up. And I like a good fluffy werewolf eyebrow look, so this works for me. And it works with so I have full brows, and it works with my natural crazy brows, so I love it. And then of course I let that completely dry. I personally don't put eyeliner on, just because I don't. Highlighter. So let's see, where is my highlighter? I'm looking for Jeffrey. Where's Jeffrey? Yes, here's Jeffrey. Because Jeffrey, this Brain Freeze palette. So since I have that inner corner blue, I want to go with, I've never thrown this away out of there, so I'm gonna throw it. I want to go with Freeze Tag. This is going to be my highlighter today. So, and I like to use my finger. And I know some people don't. So I know I've given y'all like lots of information in this Get Ready With Me. We did go to that party. We had a good time. I got to see people that I hadn't seen in years. And that was awesome. And I got to make new friends. And that's always nice, because I like people in general for the most part. So I don't know if any of y'all have ever watched Yetieater, but he streams. He's a streamer, and he normally streams shirtless. He streams at his house shirtless. So we go to this party, and the party is an interesting party. There's not rules for clothing after you get to the door, okay? So does that tell you anything? But Yetieater, who streams shirtless all the time, kept every stitch of clothing on. So I thought that was the funniest. And he didn't take a nap, but he did at the party. So I'm so easily amused and entertained. Oh my goodness. But that's the most clothing that I've seen on him. Besides when we go out to a restaurant. He does wear all of his clothes when we go out to eat. But it was just interesting, since we were in someone's home, and it was so hot. And when I say clothing, the thing is it was a swim party. So people were in swimsuits, and here he is with all of his clothes. I mean, we brought towels, we brought stuff so that if we decided to swim, okay, we didn't swim, but we had everything just in case, right? You know, we brought lawn chairs to sit out by the pool because they said, you know, bring in a lawn chair. We brought towels. We brought everything you would need to enjoy the pool. And then he he didn't swim me there. But again, I'm so easily entertained, and I guess that's one of the reasons he and I at this point are really good friends, because sometimes he really amuses me with his choices. I can't even be mad because I'm like, that's what you decided to do? I'm like, okay then, okay, good for you. So anyway, just thought it was funny. Ooh, so these two colors, I like this. This is the strawberry, Too Faced strawberry set, but I also like it with this orangey color. So I think I'm gonna mix some, you know, I like to mix blushes. This is So Retrograde ColourPop blush. So I want to put this pink and orangey together because, you know, that's how I do things. That is the way that I do things. So I'm going to take, and I like, this is the Sigma tapered highlighter brush, but I use it for blush. So I'm actually going to dip into the orange first and then dip into the pink and then apply. And apply. So I use my phone to record, and every once in a while things pop up on my phone and I'm like, what? Oh. This side seems a little darker, so that's okay. I'm going to darken up the other side. And then after I get them dark, then I try and lighten them up. Yeah, I do things like that all the time. But I like those two colors together. And if you watch me enough, you'll know I really like blending everything. Well, it's already 5. I have to be there for 6:15. It's a 20-minute drive. I want to definitely get there early today. So I like my blush. And what else? Oh, lips. You gotta do something with these lips. Oh, and you're gonna have to do something with your eyebrows. And y'all need to wish me luck for tonight. I am so excited about, you know, getting to do this particular role at this particular facility, because it's, you know, it's a good thing. Let's put more stuff on our eyebrows. So this is the fiber voluminous stuff that I use, that after the other layer, this just adds color. This just darkens up my brows, because they're already in place. They are already in place from the mascara primer. So this, I pretty much just touch it to darken it up, because they're in place. Let's get out my eyelash curler and curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anybody do that? I don't always do it, but I'm in a pretty silly mood. I want a orange and purple lip to go with this. You know what I'm going to try tonight that I don't normally? I'm going to go ahead and put this on my eyelashes and see how that works. I haven't done this in a while. This is the mascara primer that we used in our eyebrows. Let's see what this does to our eyelashes tonight. All we can do is not like it. I've done this before, but it's been a while. I don't remember seeing a big difference. I mean, it works great for my brows, but I don't remember it being all that for my lashes. And I want it to be all that for my lashes. I want it to like do magical things for my lashes. Because I have short lashes. And I want lashes that go to the moon. And if I could figure out a way to make my lashes go to the moon with just coating them, that would be awesome. I do the bottom too. And the biggest thing, maybe before I didn't let them dry, because I think I know when I do my eyebrows, it's very important that I let the product dry. So maybe the problem is I haven't let the eyelashes dry enough to do great things. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and let that dry. So we do have, I have a metallic purple somewhere. Well, this is a metallic reddish purple. This is a dark purple with no metallic. But I want a metallic purple with a orange. I want an orange base for my lips and then a metallic purple on top. I know what I want. Here it is. This is it. So now I have found it. All right. So do we want a really bright orange? No, I think a more muted. So I have two oranges that I really like. But one is like more muted and then one is bright. You know, let's start with the more muted color and see what happens. Ooh. I do like this color. It's Juvia's Place, and it is the orange one. I don't know. So bad. All right. Then I'm going to take this Lime Crime purpley shade, purple metallic. I like to make my lips match my eyes, and I think that works. Yes, I like this combination. Okay, now let's take some mascara and see what happens. So that was Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara with Lengthening Fibers. And so I put a coat of that on, but I am going to go in with my high-end mascara. They're real. I really like this one. It has a different wand. And we're doing top and bottom. All right, I just got mascara on my face. I'm gonna take that off with a Q-tip. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, this is the final look as far as makeup goes. I'm going to ruffle up this hair because it's a little damp from the sweating. So I'll ruffle it up and come right back, and then you'll see makeup and hair all together. So this is the big haired finish look. Oh my goodness, dry shampoo, I love it. Yeah, yay. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome, and all my favorites have returned. This is the finished look. This is what your to-be charge nurse is going to be looking like tonight. I know, I'm so silly. I hope to see each and every one of you again soon. Bye.